waiting any further, we have completed up to statement number 3. And today we are continuing from statement number 4. So one of you please take the lead and start reading statement number 4.
Sure. Statement 4. Critical thoughts and feelings of fear will hold back your good, while a consciousness of love and trust will speed up the flow. Love is the fulfillment of the law, and faith is the energy that clears the channel.
This seems to be very generic in nature, means we know it, but many a times actually we are not aware what kind of thoughts we are possessing.
Yeah.
If some internal fear is bothering us, or if we are getting critical about something, complaining about something, thinking little weird about something or someone, these are the things which we need to be very careful that the trace of it also should not come, because it is holding back our own good or prosperity. So when we can develop a complete belief, or when we just do not believe but we know that yes, this is what actually is creating a blocker in my prosperity journey, then definitely these thoughts either will not come, or by the time it starts also we will be aware and we will not be falling into trap of this. And whenever it comes by any chance also, we need to how to combat this. We need to combat this by just creating the opposite of this negative thought. Negative thought on its own will not be disappear. We have to actually replace, we have to transform that into the positive ones, into just the opposite positive ones. And that's where actually the author also says that love and trust, these are the two virtues author has given as an example, but we can have more examples by using which we can create the fulfillment, the feeling of fulfillment, the feeling of abundance in our mind, and that energy will drive us towards more of the abundance, more of the fulfillment. This line is very profound. Love is the fulfillment of the law. Love is the fulfillment of the law, and faith is the energy that clears the channel. So all the blockers that is getting created is by critical thoughts, and how to combat that is by creating opposite of it, that is faith. Faith is the energy that clears the channel, and when the channel is clear, then only the flow happens effortlessly. Any other?
Yeah, I had maybe I can say a practical example of this point in action, this principle of prosperity, that the secret of prosperity, that today when I went to our site, house construction, tomorrow they're going to be pouring the roof, so they're getting all those things ready. Yesterday, we found that as per our site original sale deed, we have a road in the front and the back. That the owner has illegally sold it to somebody, a very small plot, and that person has started digging the foundation. So initially, when we went in the morning, me and my wife, there was a feeling of fear and critical thoughts, and we didn't know what kind of neighbor will come, how will they construct, will they build a window on the wall, etc. Then gradually, as we spoke to those people who are constructing, I decided from my side I will not fight with them or experience this fear. So I calmly went with this in a state of detachment, and I spoke to them. And then we found by the time we left, there was a feeling of faith. I was even mentioning to the site manager that, see, something is helping us, because the neighbors also have started coming around, and everyone is saying they should not be building here. I think, how do we stop these kind of things from happening? We are all law-abiding citizens. So things like that, energies were gathering. But I told my wife, whatever happens, whether somebody comes or not, it's going to be good for us. If it's open at the back, suppose you manage to buy it eventually, it'll be like a small garden patch. Otherwise, something good will happen where good people will come. Just that feeling, it came from love. And that faith became stronger that we are being looked after. Just that itself uplifted us, Vikashji. And when you both left, we left with that kind of a experience. So okay, I mean, practically this is translated into reality for us, and we pray that with gratitude that let that happen, let the best thing happen as per divine will.
Yes, certainly it will happen. And I also have seen that you have written the same, you mentioned the same in your affirmation also yesterday.
Yes.
And that is also very, very positive and very right thing that you are doing, so that it accelerate the process. And as you said, what kind of thought we will be generating eventually will end up those kind of situations to attract. So if
Yes.
we have a positive thought about your neighbor, about
Yes.
the situation which is coming, a new developing situation, then automatically it will start working in your favor, in our favor, in everyone's favor actually.
Yes.
In
Yes.
particularly for your case, like the place will be little, it will not be lonely. You can think like that.
Yes.
He will
Yes.
also support in
It'll be
getting
like
them
security. Yeah.
security, that is also
Yes.
security, and
Yeah.
because we are in a society and having a good neighbor is always a boon, because that's an
Yes.
individual house. So
Correct. Yeah.
you have someone to socialize also. So
Yes.
yeah, so that's the right thing to do. And the more you generate that kind of thought, automatically the
Yeah.
fear of losing the open space, or fear of having a bad neighbor, nagging neighbor,
Hmm.
or fear of encroaching, and all those things will go away, because and automatically your relationship with the new person, then your neighbor will be also good, because you have already created a good thought and it has reached
Yes.
to him. If you have already created a doubt
Hmm.
and fear, then automatically that also reaches to him. And
Correct.
accordingly, he will also start creating the same. We throw a black ball, we will get the same black ball only. If we
Yes.
are,
Correct.
if we are very sure that we are, no matter what, we are going to throw white ball, even
Yes.
though few black balls come in the beginning because of our past karma
Yes.
or some account, still if
Mm-hmm.
we keep on focusing
Drawing the
on
white ball.
only on white ball, then
Hmm.
ultimately it has to happen. It has to turn to
Yes.
white. There is no
Yes.
more exception.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
So
very
if a
very
person comes, let that person be like a dharmic person
yes,
who will actually support us in our spiritual growth and give us
yes,
security and all those
mm,
things. That'll be nice. Yeah.
yes. Because every kind of persons are existing, and where
Yeah.
actually
Exactly.
focus that
Yes.
actually that kind of circumstance struggles. Actually, my experience also in short, if I tell you, I always
Ah.
expect the best, and I hardly I face any situation or people
Obstacles.
who are bad in nature. Like all are good only.
Oh.
So
Oh.
nice, so soothing, so good. Everything is good. I have not seen any kind of uh, like the
Thank you, Prakash bhai.
people say that
Yes.
it is like Kali Yuga, so much of things and so
Yes.
that and all.
Yes.
I just try not to see only, and I eventually do not face such situations also. It may be happening,
Yeah.
but for me it is oblivious.
Thank you so much, Prakash bhai. That really is. It feels like a blessing. It's strengthening my resolve that no matter what, only good will happen.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Prakash bhai.
Then statement number 5. Okay, let me read.
Yeah.
Acknowledge the spirit within as the source, as the one source of abundance. The spirit within is the one source of abundance, the one source of all our supply. Look only to God for your prosperity. The source is God, and the spirit within need to be connected with Him to get all the abundance, prosperity into our life. This is something which we have read also many times. The same thing again has been reiterated here. So one source, that is God. And God is within me. So I am already the possessor of the source of the prosperity or abundance, and I am just radiating that.
Yeah.
Number 6, anyone wants to read?
I would be happy
Yes.
to if nobody else. Please go ahead.
Do not. It is number 6, na?
Yes.
Yes.
Do not outline the way your good is to come forth. Let the Spirit surprise you with its delightful ways of showering you with abundance.
Do not outline the way your good is to come forth. Let the Spirit surprise you. Wow. With its delightful ways of showering you with abundance. So this one actually is a very nice way to lead life.
Yes, I know.
We feel that okay, this is mundane, this is same thing happening, the same life, same boring thing. Whoever thinks, there is no surprise, there is no wow thing. Automatically, the wow is not in the situation. The wow is the way we see the situation. The wow is there when we have perception, and the change of perception is there. We have the capability to change it. So we need to create that wow thing, and that spirit that will surprise us with more of the delightful ways, more of the delightful abundance and prosperity on our way. This is one way of taking it, and another way, any other way also you can please share. Working, we are free.
Yeah, Bikaji, quick one. I really, what you shared for the first two statement, I completely sync with that. Exactly before this call, 5 minutes, I was exactly in the same situation, converting my negative, this thing, because there is one upcoming meeting. And that meeting is always, it was just 10 minutes meeting, but it's always this thing for my Thursday. But both of you gave me the answer, what I need to do exactly at that moment. But yeah, thanks for that sharing. And for this
nice.
for this sharing, for this one, do not outline the way you good is come forth. Okay, so by default, I think, when I think, it is a thinking that only we have, so we think whatever I'm thinking, that is the only way. Okay, I go in that way. For example, I'm doing my car registration in UK, and we are struggling with that for one and a half month. Okay, so the struggle, when I use this word struggle, it is all thinking, so because I want to do it in my way, or in my way, because this is what I think. I stick to my thinking because that is only thing which I have. But then, let the Spirit surprises you. So I really love this particular word, Spirit surprises you. And then the solution came, which is totally out of box thinking, out of box solution came out of it. And my wife and we are just laughing, saying that, see how we stick to our thinking, whereas the solution is totally outside, which we didn't know, but it came out, and now it is working, it is going very smoothly. So we are so resist to what's happening in our life. So yeah, so need to change that resistance into acceptance, because there is Almighty and Spirit, and he is working for you. Everything is happening for your good, for ultimate good. So I start believing that. So that's why I love the first two statements we read, that there is always good for us. And if we start believing and working on that, you will get more and more examples of those in your life. So yeah, all three statements today are really sync. And thanks for sharing, because and Ramesh, your experience, because today, as I mentioned, there is this meeting, there is this my customer, she keeps on asking me the questions, and every Thursday morning, the meeting is just for 10 minutes, and it's for me is like, like bachpan mein, when we get the injection from doctor, we used to think a lot. It will be pain and all that, and doctor used to say ho gaya, in that way. So those many times in our life we face many big problems. When these small issues actually drains our energy, you know.
Right.
And it is just,
Exactly.
it is not outside this thing, as Rameshji said, it is our thinking. And yes, we have all rights to change our thinking from positive to negative, sorry, negative to positive. And that is what
Yes.
we discussed today. We have the power. So thank you for sharing. It is going to make my day productive and creative.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you.
Amazing.
Yes.
Very, very
Good.
rightly you said, like we have our own limited thinking, and if we think that only that is the possibility and not beyond that any other possibility exists, that is also limiting. So we need not to actually confine. This is the only way that by which the good can come to us, because when we are open, then the surprises that Spirit, the Almighty, will give us will in many different ways, and that showering of abundance is much more than any other experience. So let's keep it open and remain open-minded in all the situations and scenarios.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That-
just to add this thing. Yeah, what I did, because Jan Ramesh, I changed the name of my car registration to my son's name because he's 18 plus, and then I
Oh.
imported the car. Yeah. So what they are saying is that since the car is on your son's name, you can't get the import. You can't get the import exemptions. Yeah. So I
Oh.
was thinking, my statement was, okay, I made a mistake. Okay, so that statement was in my mind for many days. Okay, I made a mistake and I made a mistake. So that is why
Hmm.
my limited thinking, limited belief. But the whole thing is changed 360, completely other way. Because now the out of box solution is basically, since my that car is my son's name, and he is a student, I got the import and duty exemption.
Oh.
So same, exactly the same thing, which I am
Oh.
thinking is a mistake. It turned out positive to me, you know. So yes, this is all limiting thinking. Yeah.
Very nice.
Just
MOT, is it? Is MOT,
Sorry?
is it? MOT.
No, MOT they asked me to do. It is actually import duty
Okay.
because I'm bringing the car from Jersey to London, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So in that way, so I'm thinking it is a limiting way, but the spirit changes in a total way.
Yes.
So what my
Yes.
statement, it is actually a boon, you know.
Yeah,
Other way.
yeah. Yeah, it's very true. In fact, for me also, that house thing, that today I met that person's brother, and he was a little rough. So me and my wife were like, what kind of person is he? Then I'm thinking suddenly after reading this, he mentioned that maybe we'll change the plan into having, instead of having two duplays, one above the other, we might have ground floor parking and one duplay, that is 2 floors above that. And even if that happens, or if nice people come there, there'll be more breathing space. So many
Yeah.
nice things can happen. So
Yeah,
yes, in that manner. Yeah.
Yeah. And this actual practical experience, what we are sharing here, no, that actually helps. It is not just reading a
Very
book or
much.
this thing and understanding.
Yeah.
Because when
Yeah.
your actual life experiences support this, what written in a book, that really matters. That's really, yeah.
Oh, it matters a lot. In fact, we were going through a book reading in my School of Ancient Wisdom Satsang, and we came upon the chapter of death, and that really prepared me because one of the most people I loved the most, my grandmother, she died just in the next week, and I was so grateful, that I was coached on how to relate to a loved one.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was such a big burden off me, because the very next week when she passed on, I was able to keep my equipoise very quickly. I was able to come back to equipoise. Otherwise, I was grieving so much. I could not, at one point, when I saw the body, I couldn't breathe also,
Yeah.
So then I remembered that gentle voice in my head said, okay, hold on, hang on, that kind of a thing. And just let go of your attachments. Gently it took me through that phase.
But
It was
many people carry that throughout their life, So it is really right, this thing. Yeah, you're right.
Really make a big difference. I'm so
Great.
grateful for
So,
this. Yeah.
thanks. Thank you all for sharing. And since it is more than two, in fact, so we'll end the call now and
Yeah.
let's meet again tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vikashji.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you,
everyone.
Vikashji. Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Ji.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
I see you.